everyone, it's Justine for a sunset background tutorial today featuring So Suzy stamps. It's September 1st and So Suzy stamps is celebrating the September challenge Happiness Is. So Suzy has a line of stamps called Happiness Is with various sentiments that go along with it, from sentimental to funny to snarky to whatever you need. So I'm going to start off with a piece of white cardstock, and I've already stamped the biplane stamp from So Suzy Stamps onto it. And I'm going to end up cutting this down, so I ended up attaching it with some washi tape so it would stay in place. And I'm not really worried about the washi tape reflecting color because, as I said, I'm going to cut this down quite a bit. So I'm starting out with the mustard seed ink. And then I'm going to be going from the craft mat into the cardstock and putting down some yellow color. I'm going to need to use the yellow afterwards as well to blend in with the spice marmalade, which is the orange color that's coming in next. And I'm going to come in off the side for the orange marmalade this time, and then I'm going to blend it together with the yellow mustard seed ink. I'm just going to clean off my area here just so I can not get inky fingers and then mess up my card, because it's going to have a lot of white space, this card, even though it doesn't look like it at the moment. So I'm going to go in with the same. I'm going to do the spice marmalade, again going in a circular motion, starting off the craft mat and working my way in, and then I slowly start working my way into the yellow. And I'm going to speed you up here for time purposes so you can see the rest of the tutorial. So again, I'm starting at this point to start to blend into the yellow, but I will need to bring in the yellow ink once again to help with that blending technique between the orange and the yellow. I find if I take my time and go slow, it turns out a lot better than trying to do it quickly and then getting too much color. Remember, you can always add color, but you can't remove it. So there I just went in with the yellow to help the blending technique, and the last color I'm going to be using is the Abandoned Coral. You could skip this step. By the time I was finished actually cutting down the cardstock, there's not a lot of the Abandoned Coral color in the actual image, but it does create a really great blend between the orange and then into a pinky color instead of going straight to a red, which can be quite harsh. So I really like the way that it turned out. So after I was finished going back in with the orange to help with that abandoned coral and everything was blended out nicely, I decided to cut down this panel, and I didn't measure exactly how much. I just wanted to make sure that the plane was in the actual card panel and that it was easy to see and that all three colors somewhat got a chance to be seen in the panel. So again, the abandoned coral, there wasn't a lot there, just a bit, but overall I like the look that it brought to it. Next up, I'm cutting a piece of black cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. It's the same length, 5.5 inches lengthwise, or widthwise rather, and the height is actually this just slightly bigger so that you get a black panel on top and on the bottom, but not on the sides. As I'm gluing this down, I did want to mention that in the top left-hand corner, you're going to see another card using a similar technique using So Suzy stamps and this background tutorial. And if you're welcome to check that out. It really fits perfectly with the sentiment an open road and a sunset to chase, and I'm going to be stamping down the Happiness Is. Now again, So Suzy has a bunch of stamps that coordinate with this Happiness Is stamp, from kids moving out to a good book, a good cup of cocoa, you know, all kinds of different ones, and they're really, really great. And the best part is they're sold individually, so you only get the ones that you like. So go check those out. I'll have the link below in my description. And it's definitely a series that we're enjoying, and then you can enter the challenge as well. We don't get too many challenge entries since we're just starting up these challenges, so it would be great to have a few more entries, and you also have then a great chance to win $15 at So Suzy Stamps. So I'm inking up the Happiness Is with the VersaFine black onyx ink, and then I'm going to be stamping that on the top left hand corner of the cardstock. And then the last thing I just have to do is add the card base. I'm really quite satisfied with the way this turned out. I think that orange and yellow contrast great against the white and the black. And overall, just a really beautiful sentiment and sort of a vintage looking card. So that's the end of today's card tutorial. Today, all supplies used are linked both to below in the video description or on my blog, and you can get another look at the card here. So thanks for watching till the end. You're welcome to click here to visit my blog and supply list up at the top. You can click on the video that's playing there to see my last So Suzy Stamps card, and you can click the subscribe button on the right to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and have an awesome week.